Radiant team ban.
All right, folks, hello and welcome back yet again. This is Kairos right here. Good afternoon, evening to you. Say that because for anybody who may be watching, it's probably around 4 o'clock in the morning Central Eastern Time. So we got Pvore against, or Pvore, let me know how I'm supposed to pronounce that, against CU again. And they're both, these guys are currently battling for the second place position, which would put them in the playoffs. So they're fighting for the division. They're basically fighting for the division playoff position. Each team has 6 more games to go. Pvore have, CU again, I think are 8. I remember this right. Pvore are 7-1, and CU again are 6-2. They're literally right next to each other. Pvore, they've actually had a lot. They're coming off of a lot of other tournaments right now. Like they're currently in the middle of, either in the middle or done with the Venezuelan Dota Ethereal Blade Cup, which they're doing pretty decent in there. They're holding their own, and for the most part, yeah, they're just kind of all over the place. They're doing a lot. I mean, they've been playing a lot of games in the last couple of weeks. They've had a little bit of time off in the last week or so, though. But about 2 weeks ago, they were really busting their asses. CU again, they're a little bit newer, at least in terms of join Dota. These guys are from university students from all over. One's from Texas, one's from Stanford, I think. They're all over the place. They're all over. But we've actually got a couple teams like that. ASDF are also Indonesian uni students that have been around for a couple of years now. I think they're almost getting ready to head back. So look at the reserve time. Unfortunately, Pvore have no reserve time whatsoever. So this is going to be a really quick draft. Really quick draft, folks. Doom and Slar getting banned out pretty common there. And it looks like Pvore want to deal with the early to mid game right off the bat. So Lion gets picked out. If I was CU again, I'd try to be picking as aggressively as possible and try and force them to try to, they don't have a whole lot of time here, so try to force them into uncomfortable positions with your pick. Don't use your reserve time and try to basically, they've got their backs to the wall just in the draft alone. So Tuscan LC. All right, Legion makes this is the first Legion match, or maybe the second Legion match I've cast competitively since I started. You just don't see the girl very much. The Aghanims buff did literally nothing, and it's very situational in terms of what kind of team lineup you have. I mean, honestly, Undying and Night Stalker would pair very well with Tuscan and Legion's current draft. Get in their face and start doing some magic. Clockwork would be helpful. Queen of Pain would be fantastic for this, and just a matter if they're going to get it. The next set of bans is coming out. She probably won't make it through the next phase, because that burst damage from the pure Sonic Wave is such a huge help on duels, and you can do it from a decent distance too, and blink in. The ability to get in there and help out is a lot. And Omnomers is going to make a return. We still have Dazzle and Winter Wyvern are by far higher up on the totem pole when it comes to healers right now, but against LC, Omni Knight blocking the physical damage, even against Walrus Punch, which is also physical. All it does is amp your. It just basically makes a crit that won't miss. And next thing you know, if you got to go through this, if you can get that's a long duel. Immediately level 6, the duel itself is only level 5.5 maxed out, so that's not a bad counter pick in terms of support. For this particular match, yeah, Shadowgrave would also be a good pick too. Either one would really help them, if worst case scenario, keep them from losing duels, even if it wouldn't be able to turn around and win them. That's the biggest thing, is just keep that duel damage from racking up, and you should be all right. But there's other cool offlaners you can throw in there. I mean, the field is just ripe right now. I mean, there's so many you can choose from. We're seeing a little bit of a surge from like Centaur and stuff like that in Join Dota. So Spectre's out. Trying to get some of this hard carry out of the way. What else to do? And Pvore obviously don't have forever. The more time they give here, I mean, they have plenty of time, but that honestly helps Pvore as much as it, and probably more so than it helps CU again. Broodmother's out, and TA is out. So we're getting some mids out of the way. Queen actually did make it through the draft. Let's see who else made it through. Shadow Fiend too. We'll probably see Shadow Fiend on, if not, most likely CU again, but Pvore have room for one more carry. And they need a mid. Mid-Legion Commander isn't unheard of either. And there's the Demon. Okay, that pretty much takes care of most of the supports for Pvore. Winter Wyvern wouldn't be a bad thing. Not the best. Actually, Winter Wyvern is really not the best pick into this draft. But getting that disruption in is a really good way to stall out for time while you get that snowball and walrus punch. A lot of times you'll be running away from the snowball, so where you originally intended to fight, when the snowball actually lands, which is often closer to their base than you want or closer to their tower, disruption can help take that out of play.
Reserve time.
And Pvore, even despite the fact that they don't have much time, they have a fairly experienced team here, and they've got plenty of competitive experience around their belt, so not too worried about them being in a hurry here. That finger would be really, really effective for turning duels around. They got plenty of disable on Pvore. The more disable they keep racking up, the better. Windy is also available, looking for love, and both teams need a mid. So Wind, Shadow Fiend, Queen of Pain. Darkseer actually makes it all the way to the third pick, and he finally gets picked out. It's actually pretty decent. Darkseer's gonna have to worry about the disruption for a second, but and Demonic Purge will really slow down that. The Purge will slow the surge, and it's about the same duration once you get it maxed out, at least into the mid game. So you again need to be careful about picking a melee carry into Shadow Demon, because it makes it so much easier to kite, say Ursa or something like that. You just walk around him while you're getting the Demonic Purge, kill everybody else, and then finish off the carry. DP. Okay. There's your mid. They got some pretty good early push power. They've got some decent they've got some decent disables now. They had add an AoE silence to the mix. The early game buff to Exorcism makes it a little bit easier to push towers at early levels. But it looks like a fairly standard, fairly traditional draft. Nothing too fancy on either side just yet. As a lot of this is going to depend on LC's build. She's going to go for the Shadow Blade, add a little bit more threat to the map. You're going to have more lanes being pushed out via Darkseer. So they, if they want to continue to push, that means there's going to be more action around the middle of the river. Might make it easier to just blink in, get 4 in there, get a duel off. The Shadow Blade is a little more viable. The further your lanes get pushed up to your tower, the more viable Shadow Blade is, because there's less of a cooldown timer to work with. So Windy does get picked into mid. They have plenty of range damage here.
10 seconds remaining.
Anyone that does get dropped on, except for of course Omnumers, if anybody else gets dueled on, can drop a heal bomb really to turn it back around.
Radiant team ban.
Unfortunately, this is one of the few matches where the Ion Shell does not really synergize with too many of these guys, except maybe Omni Knight. Getting there on top of them with a degen, you might see a couple more levels. You might see at least one level of degen right off the bat. What we see in competitive Omni Knights is just maxing Purification and Repel right off the bat. Sometimes even letting Guardian Angel go, but that's a bit silly. But you might see at least one level of a degen or just because of Ion Shell. These two would make a pretty decent combo together in the lane, Omni and Darkseer. Wouldn't be too bad. Gyro's out, and these guys are almost out of time. Time to pick a last dude. They've got most of their cores covered. There's not a whole lot of cores that CUA have to worry about late game, so they could go into a more aggressive, add another support to this. And okay, this is remains to be seen if it's going to be a core support. Mirana might be. It could. I mean, depending on how it goes, it could be either. It could be either. Now they have to worry about a Slarder pick. He's already banned out. Yeah, Slark. I was kind of thinking that, or Bounty Hunter, but they need more of a carry. So this is going to go really well. This is going to help out a ton with the Ion Shell and the Surge, and they have a lot more slows and lockdown with Slark on there. So you're going to see you again pushing really hard. Not so much pushing towers, but trying to keep the map control. But Mirana's Miranda's constant invising is going to make that a little harder than they expected. So this would be a pretty good match. I'm leaning a little more towards CU again, just based on the draft at this point. But the late game definitely favors Pvore. Miranda can scale into a carry later. Octarine Core and Death Prophet is seriously game wrecking if she can get that far. And just a matter of getting some duels. And if you're tuning in game, you can join us on twitch.tv/Kairos commentary as well. Quick intro here. We do have some stand-ins here. 4 stand-ins actually? Wow, okay. So CU against Team Stand-In. Giannock on the Lion. Boss on the Wind Ranger. Ditch Bop on the Dark Seer. And Cookie on the Slark. And then finally Lon Nurma on the Omni Knight. Feel free to correct me if I am mispronouncing that. And for Pvore, you got Turkey on the Death Prophet in the mid. Glacius Dota on the Legion Commander. Gonna be backed up by Marana. Piloted by Alex. Duke's gonna be on the Tusk. That's pretty appropriate. And Kronos finally on the Shadow Demon as well. And Omni Knight gets top of the last hits for the beginning of this. Yay. Not sure what we're pausing for. But Pvore are pretty much the fan favorites in this match. Well, CU again are getting by far the most votes, but Perfection Vor have, I think, by far the most experience together. They got more experience working as a team together. It's a little, at least at this scene right here with these guys competing for second place, and we'll find out. I'm leaning a little more towards Pvore, probably about 60-40, and the later this game goes, the more it's going to help out Pvore. Oh God, what? Just what? So much of what? All the funds. AFKs and competitive doters. To be fair, I need a bot that keeps track of how many times I have to pee, usually before the game starts, and number of times between games. Usually when I start my stream to the game starting, usually around like 4 or 5 times. Not kidding. That's pretty classy. That's classy pants right there. Both teams need to signal that they're ready to go. Pvore saying they're ready. And the big question is, anybody got smoke? Doesn't look like it. Value man goes everywhere. Glacier's going to move down. It's going to be an off lane, possible off lane Legion. Going to go ahead and TP down just to get the a don't gank me bro ward. It's a little close to the trees. Could have gone a little further up, but it's going to be harder to a little bit harder to de-ward. And another ward on the opposite side by Giannock.
"30 seconds to battle."
Kind of making up, trying to decide where he wants to put the ward. This is an alchemist game. They don't have to like fight like forever over this. I mean, serious clash over one rune. Don't see that too often these days, unless it is an alchemist. Here we go. Question is what they got. They got the Crypt Swarm, a little bit of damage. Both sides are kind of just letting it retire, but courtesy of Giannock. Courtesy of G. There, it's going to be 1-1. Omni Knight, enjoy the last few seconds of your being on the top of the last hits. Looks like a fairly traditional lineup. Tri-lane versus solo. Tri-lane versus solo. Going to be covering a Slark. This is actually quite a lot of lockdown. If they do get the Degen War on their Omni Knight, it'll make it even worse for them. So you've got Earth Spike into a Pounce versus a right now currently solo Legion Commander with a lot of value Mango Lovin's. But not much else, not much big regen after that.
Dire's
Clearly
top
built to
tower
want to
is under
fight.
attack.
Unfortunately, this creep block here going to get completely zoned out. Whoa! Meanwhile, up top, what the hell happened? A snowball combo with a whole bunch of shadow poison, I suppose. Getting a little bit too greedy there. Yeah, a lot of shadow poison. And then finished off with Duke in there. Level 1. Yeah, it looks like you got a ton of shadow poisons off. That was just yeah, this is sticking around way too much. So hey, first blood for Pvore. Glacier's taking a lot of damage up here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down my stream just to get a little bit better frames per second. I'm usually on the razor's edge trying to balance performance and stuff on my stream here. Power shot across the way, pretty even between Tuki and Boss. Couple extra denies. Nice heal bomb. I don't think that clipped. Didn't quite see. Definitely keeping their sports up, but yeah, they just let him know. Lon just letting him know that he's still around. Let him know that he's there. And it looks like a nuke build. Not much for heals, unfortunately. She's gonna have to get at least one level in her press the attack just to keep herself sustained after her tangos are gone. And a haste for Glacius might be able. Oh, yeah, might be one to make a move on this. Overwhelming odds not going to do much against one, unfortunately, but they might. Yep, possible rotation around the backside. No. Meanwhile, the whole time he's doing this, he's not getting any. Yeah, this is a complete stalemate at best for him. Yeah, haste and all, you're still getting hard disabled here. Now locked in the ice shards. Here comes Duke to help out, and their lion's going down. Just a couple of their last hits, and there they go. Glacier's going to get second blood for Pvore. Courtesy of Duke rotating in, getting that last ice shard off, making sure he couldn't get away. Nice locking with the trees. That was really more of it. It was more of that than the haste rune, more by far. And unfortunately, he's getting some levels, but having to deal with a Marana. Yeah, this is a core Marana and a Shadow Demon, constantly spamming that poison. Just not gonna be able to get any. Not gonna get the levels he normally would get. He's gonna get zoned out so quickly by just immediately right on him. He's already surging away. Yeah, he's gonna. Problem is, pushing up so far, he's probably thinking about just maybe one ion shell. He's getting the gold, but the levels will be a little slower in this match. Their line's rotating up top, thick pop. And Duke, just checking to see if they're stacking their jungle, if anything. Nothing else too fancy. They know their lion's off the map, so he's just checking to see where he's at, just checking to see what's going on, if there are stacks involved that they can grab later. Oof. Moment of courage. Any possible moment of courage in here? Nope, we're going full nuke build. And oh, here comes Duke to finish the job on the backside. He's probably going to lose his life for it, but yeah, we got one more moment of courage. Value Mango getting popped. Actually, yeah, press the attack. Yeah. Press the attack, just keeping them up just a little bit longer. They're going to get 2 for 1 on that one. Not a bad trade. Not a bad trade at all. Lon doing very broy things, dropping scrolls for everybody else. 4-1. They did get see you again. We'll get on the board. And it looks like a standoff for that top rune. Not sure who grabbed it. Looks like Boss had it and had a little bit of a duel back and forth. Both of them about to break level 6 soon. Not the biggest deal for Tuki, but a much bigger deal with the Focus Fire Shackle combo. Both sides, I mean, they're pretty much content to just keep pushing each other's lanes. I mean, both sides could easily go rotate. I mean, it's easier for Wind to rotate by far. Get that Shackle in, easier to position with, Earth Spike and Pounce. It's really easy to just get around and get a little bit more Shackle shot loving. Alex is having an easy time up here, despite the constant harass from the Ion Shell against the ranged carry. That's why they went with one of the reasons they went with Marana, and the disruption coming in. Shadow Poison getting spammed. Alex will finish the job, courtesy of the Star Storm. And that's Phase Boots done for 2. This is a one mobile team here. Ooh, that was really close right there. And back to base she goes. Boss might be able to take advantage, keep Focus Fire.
Dire's middle tower is under
They're
attack.
moving, they're turning, they're rotating. Boss has got his neck sticked out pretty far here. Big power shot. Really risking himself for that, but he's buying time. He's baiting for everybody else to be coming around the backside. They don't see him. They might have seen him over here at the ward camp, but they've lost eyes on him for a while now. Right, here we go with the snowball. Nope, didn't pick up Kronosh on the way. Might be what he needs to get away, but no, that's just way too much burst damage. It's going to be 6-1. The massive rotations have begun.
Radiant's middle tower
Oh,
is under
he did manage to pick off the DP down bottom. Was pretty much exhausted. Went for the rune. Easy pick off for a level 2 Earth Spike. So see you again. Not out of this yet. Still got 2 kills to their name. Pretty decent lead for Pvore right now. In a decent position to get duels pretty soon here. Be nice to get some treads or something else just to start. Last value mango has been numbed on. Yeah, the core Miranda pick was a good counter into the ion, into the constant ion shell. If he had a melee carry, you're gonna be in a bad spot. And there's the trying to keep himself up with the press the attack just a little bit longer, but man, the burst damage is just too real. And then, overwhelming odds. Jeez, they're all 3 of them are just about dead. Duke's really should be able to right click his way through this. Maybe one more snowball, but he's got too much cooldown. They did get a kill for it, and here comes Alex rotating in with this as well. They're getting close to that tower. Not a little too, not too close. One more right click ought to do it. Yep, one more arrow. Alex will get all 3 will help finish all 3 of the lane. The silver lining for CU again though is that there were no duels involved. That's also going to be, yeah, okay, we're not doing level 6, we're doing max damage, max pounce action, and man, they really want a duel. They can just taste it, they want their first duel. We're under night for 30 more seconds, it's easy to grab people, overwhelming odds, get some more speed. Kaki should be able to pounce away, no problem though. You know, in the mid, Duke wants some more Levens. Taking good, really manipulating the tower vision quite well. And Kronosh is pretty much holding off Geonok single-handedly. A lot of posturing around here. We're getting wrapped around. Oh, Duke has been spotted. Here comes a whole bunch of damage. Earth Spike to follow up. Nope, he's gonna get this combo off first. Nope, he will get the Earth Spike off. Ghosts are almost got him. One more ghost gonna hit. Overwhelming odds ensures the kill. Unfortunately, there's no duel, but that's still one more for Pvore. 10-4. You know, Kronosh is really in a spot up here, but pushing his luck. They're probably thinking about rotating up there to get him as soon as possible. He should pick up his 6 before he leaves, though. And the extra ghosts are doing their thing, doing their little dance around the tower. Lana's here to help out. Here comes the wind. Boss comes in, clears up the lane. Nice ward placement here. And we're at a really weird juncture. Who's got 6? Kronosh will have it. We're going to have the Walrus Punch soon, if you can just grab a creep wave or just grab a jungle camp or something. Kind of hard for a Tusk to do at this point, though. Non, they're going to need a ton of... I mean, this is all physical. The ghosts are physical. The Walrus Punch is physical. All the return damage from Moment of Courage is physical. I mean, so much of what they have is physical. They got to get that Guardian Angel, like, right now. Right now. I mean, like, they needed it actually a minute or 2 ago. But here we go, coming in with the Hex, into an Earth Spike, into a Pounce. There's so much lockdown. Here comes the Dark Pack for more damage. Can they finish it off? Nope. Moment of Courage. Repress the attacks can keep him up. Snowball and a Starfight. 4 have come to save the day. And unfortunately, this 2-man ganks like, okay, we'll double down. We'll send you 4. Here comes Jaynok with the wall. Duke has to run around the other way. Alex can just shoot right through it, no problem. Repel on Geonok, so he's not going to get the Starstorm. But man, they really want to go back in anyway. Arrow will split him down the middle. And now it's stuck against the trees. Not the place you want to be against an Alex. Damn, that's another pick off yet again. Man, they really need that Guardian Angel. We'll pick up level 5, but he's a long way away, and they are 9 kills behind against a very ganky lineup. This is also a ganky lineup for CUA, but it relies on Snowball as much as Pvore, if not... No, not quite as much, but they need duels. They're not getting duels, but they're still getting lots of kills to put them in a comfort zone to get duels later. So 2 more levels to go. Oh, coming in. Oh, Kuki unfortunately got caught. Disruption. Actually, no. Duke is in trouble. Disruption is going to keep him up for a while. They'll punch right to the dick. Kuki is actually going to shrug that off with the Shadow Dance. And here we go with that big shackle against the trees on Glacius. And here comes the ghost yet again. And they're a little too exhausted to be dealing with this right now. They've rotated their... Pvore have already rotated their wounded guys back a little bit. Another big nuke. On the backside, we still have plenty of time on these ghosts to be coming in. Shadow Poison will barely clip. I think the last one just missed. They'll cut in the tower with their time, but now time is starting to run out. Mana is also starting to run out for Kronos. Coming in with the pounce. Oh, big pick off right here. Disruption will keep them alive a little longer. Ghosts are done. They're going back to the lady. So they're running out of damage here, and CUA managed to pick off the kill under the tower. Pvore got a little greedy there. Nice combo with the spike and dark pact and the pounce and all that. Now they're gonna keep going. Duel, possible duel coming in here. Yep. Ooh, once that hex is gonna stop them. The 4 are already here. Snowball coming in way deep. Walrus punch on Lion. Not much he can do right there. He's so isolated. But they do pick off the Legion, and they're coming for their friend. Duke is against the trees, not going anywhere. He did manage to pick off the Lion, but he's going to lose his life as well. That's another 2-1 trade. CUA are back in this just like that, and no duels. They just can't get the damn duels. Kronos coming out the backside. Shackle barely connects. Nicely done. Yeah, you're not going anywhere with that pounce. Even with the illusions, yeah, you're done in rings. That's 2 more free kills, and CUA, look at this turnaround here. Although they are it's gonna cost them their mid tower, a little bit of space created for Pvore. And Alex is gonna continue to farm up top. He's got plenty of stats. He's already plus, let's see, he's already plus 18 agility. That's 18 more armor. So it's 18, or that's 18 more, not 18 more armor. That's ridiculous. 18 more damage, just off that. More armor. G-Knock, unfortunately, nope, not going to go anywhere. Walrus punch. Whoa, Surge, not enough damage to finish the job. Why was Alex going after the creeps? I'm not sure if they was just, yeah, I'll let you have it, man, but a little too, yeah, I think they needed a little bit more than that. But meanwhile, they will pick off down in the mid, or down in the bottom, rather. Alex is coming in to reinforce, but he's immediately running into trouble. The pounce, I think, was on cooldown. Wasn't quite able to finish it. Oh, the clicks will finish. He stopped to do a Star Storm. Only got 1 hit off, but it was a big hit. 2 of these guys are really hurting. Kronos might be able to finish off with some Shadow Poison Lovin's. But, nope. He's unfortunately in the same spot that Alex was just a second ago. Right after the... Wow, huge. Right immediately out of that portal from Disruption. Just leaps in like super deep. Now the ghosts are dancing like crazy. Boss will go down. Man, this is nuts. This game is 2-1. Like... On is like, well, not much I can do here. I'll get Arcane up in a second. I get TP to the tower, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and have to let this one go. You push the tower advantage going to Pvore, but they are still, CUA just completely swung this game back around, and there are no duels for Pvore yet. Not a one. After all these ganks, timing has just not worked out. Second stone drawn for Pvore, though. They're starting to close. No, actually, no, they got all 3 tier 1 towers. All 3 are gone, and now CUA are starting to lose some. They're losing some critical vision. They're losing some critical space. Deep into our second night here. We got 2 more minutes of nighttime. And Pvore pretty much putting a small time. They're putting a small timeshare out on their jungle. Alex unfortunately got initiated on by 4. There's our first duel of the game. And yeah, he's actually going to manage to tank it. Nice job with the Omni pick there. The Guardian Angel is up, and it saves the duel. Lon in trouble now. Turn back around with an Earth Spike and another Pounce Darkback combo. That's going to take out 2 or 3 with everybody. Kronos now in trouble. Not much else he can do with his buddy's dead. Big save by Duke there, or at least an attempt to save. Snowballing in. Fortunately, didn't snowball any deeper, but they're just going to go full am on Duke here. Nice Walrus punch, but it will stall him just a little bit more. Shackle will connect. Darkback and Hex and a couple of right clicks will finish the job. We have a Midas. Yeah, we have a Midas Slark that's starting to tear things apart. That was huge. Look at the number of dark packs and stuff used. That was a very long fight. Diving in yet again. There's a mech popped, courtesy of their darks here. We're trying to get a duel. This is not the position they want to be in. They've got help. Fortunately, they caught him on the run. They got a lucky break there. Catching him on the run. Finished the finger of death right in the butt. Cucky's popping a Shadow Dance. Now this is the first Moonlight Shadow of the game. It's going to connect on Boss. He's going to Shadow Emulate himself, but yeah, this is just merely stalling for time. Nice job. He wants himself up right as they start to disengage. They're going to lose their darks here. But that actually bought Dark lost enough time. Oh no, not with the Walrus Punch and not with the Shadow Poison. So 3 for 1 on that one, but they did get their first duel of the game. They needed that badly. After a 5-man team wipe, that was a huge turnaround. Huge turnaround. And then we're back right where we started. Minus a few towers. This tier 2 is getting sieged up pretty well. It should go down before everybody's up. They can buy time. This Slark is not exactly squish. Got some decent gear on him so far. Everybody's going, and there's a lot of invis on this team. 2 Shadow Amulets already. Man, they're just pushing their luck here. Shadow Dark Pact and Shadow Dancer just coming off cooldown. This tower will drop, but man, they might be able to pick some off. It's up to CUA to really pick them off on the tail end. Nice, I guess you could say amulet toggle. Yeah, that's an amulet toggle, just to keep the ghosts off of them. They want more. They see it. A lot of ward action here too. We go diving in. Ion Shell on the Darkseer's gonna probably pull him back. Nope, gets disrupted right away. Immediately turning it back around. He's down to half, but he's got his mech up, I believe. Yep, it is up. Shadow, big Glacius in trouble. Vacuum. It connects, but no wall to follow it up. There's a shackle that's gonna take out their Legion, who immediately buys back. And the big pounce into the Ion Shell. But nope, Disruption is going to save it yet again. There's 2 down on each side. 2 buybacks from Pvore. They're coming back in full ham. They want this, and they need these duels. Coming back in full strength. This is the good time to get the duel. But unfortunately, they're either going to die before they get the duel, or they're going to disengage. So all in all, that was a 3 for 2. 3 for 2. And they got 2 buybacks out of Pvore. So that was a lot of gold that they were really hoping to use to get at least one more duel, and it didn't pan out. However, Pvore's lineup is a little more late game oriented. They have, with 2 strong cores. Mirana's a really decent core nowadays. She's got a huge buff to her agility gain. She can pump out a lot of damage. And she's on her way to a Manta. Or Sanjin Yasha if she wants. Whew, 21-21. Holy crap! This game is anyone's game. God, so much that's hedging on these duels though that they're just not getting 10 damage. We still got a little over a level and a half before it starts becoming 14 damage. But CUA is doing a really good job of just 5-manning it up and not getting caught. Except for Januk, this is going to be a bit of a jam here. Disruption is going to set up a possible duel here. They surge away. They don't have enough disables with them. Snowball, there's the snowball. It's a little late coming in. They will get the kill, but again, no duel. The silver lining is that they got 2 kills, and they took out yet another tower. The push is super strong. The amount of tower gold rolling in. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the top 6. 4 in the top 6 for Pvore. Unfortunately, their Legion's in last place. Oh, most unfortunate. Yeah, they just not enough mobility on this guy to get in for the duels when it actually does count. I guess maybe phase boots would have been helpful for that. They need a blink. They need something. They're probably just going to retire to the side, get that blink for Glacius because they have enough damage built up amongst their teammates now that they don't have to rely on Shadow Blade damage to win duels. And their ability to get in these fights is great. Just got to get. Just a matter of closing that gap, and it looks like it will be a Shadow Blade. Moonlight Shadow pop, but there was a fade time involved. I don't know if Cookie saw that. And there's a duel. Caught out in the middle of nowhere. Big duel damage right there, and that's almost all the way to level 11. Now we're up to 20. It's gonna be 14 a pop after this. A lot of gold getting swung around. Let's see what toys we got. Thick Bop. Gaz the Blink. Maelstrom on boss for damage. We're not too worried about pushing out right now. They're not too worried about the towers, so not rushing Ags, just getting that unit damage in there. He's so tanky that he can survive these initiations and still by time pops the mech, gonna pop Surge, vacuum into 2-3 right there. Unfortunately, there's just nothing to follow it up with. Slug was still dead. Pretty big pickup right there. No dual kill, but another big kill for Pvore. Is it Yules? Yep, that's a Yule's combo there, and that's soon to be a soul booster, and soon to be hopefully a core on this death. He's going to be really, really hard to kill after that. Once those ghosts started running. But this constant, all this invis, the armlet, okay, so it was just one armlet. For a second I thought their Wind Ranger had it or something. 4 staff for Omnomers coming up. And that blink is almost done, about 500 gold to go, and it doesn't show any signs of getting stopped. These guys are going full out unit damage with the Maelstrom build. Sanjin Yasha it is. Alright, moving out. Going to be delivered soon in our first Roche attempt. Looks like at about 21 minutes. Did they see it? Oh, they saw that by a mile. They have plenty of time. Donk will be able to screen for him. They'll take advantage of the time to get this tower, but do they want to go into this? I mean, with the ghosts already running, looks like they don't. They want to try and hunt for that Legion commander who has already moved on to greener pastures and greener pits. First Roche 21.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Pvore take the lead that they were holding on to for quite a while in the early game. However, towers are falling. Getting some decent tower gold towards some of the, for pretty much all of CUA. Some of their supports climbing up. Big Bop's still holding in 7th place. And this is anyone's game. This is literally, it's 700 gold between 1st and 4th place. It's so even right now. Plus you have a Midas Slark, which is about to grab another bite, and he's almost level 14 already. Versus say 11 and 13. Yeah, this Slark is really starting to pick up. The Shadow Blade done now. Not wasting any time. They want to get going. The blink is done and on. Yeah, the blink is done. And they're ready for some duels. They got Aegis. They're in a pretty good spot here. They've got a Slate Gold advantage. Their vision could be a little bit better, but Geenock doing a really Geenock doing a really good job of staying alive in most of these engagements despite everything. And he is hard to kill even when they do initiate on him. Possible Greaves coming up for him later. He only needs about 1100 gold for it. This early in the game, having Greaves maybe around 25, 26 minutes, not a bad thing at all. And that extra armor and that extra region you get during a duel is critical. I mean, that's could make or break a duel right there. 4 staff through the shards. And they're going for that last tier 2, which is a very difficult tower to defend, so they're going to CUA are going to call that bet and raise you a mid. They're already way ahead. And they could come down and defend this tower after getting it, so the race is on. They're going to win by a large margin. What are they going to do? Looks like they're going to go ahead and push the racks. They're going to keep the pressure on. They're forcing them away.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
One smoke out. They can't backdoor anything. They're just going to go ahead and evac at this point. Wow, okay. So Pvore go ahead and raise that one more. With the Aegis, they're going up on high ground with the Ghosts going and everything. The tower's going to take a good chunk of damage, but here we go. Diving in on 4. This Slark is in trouble. There he goes. He pops the Shadow Dance. He'll get himself back up. He's fine. The Tusk is already down. Alex is going to about to have his Aegis cracked. And walking through the Aegis, walking through the wall. Down goes their Legion. Yeah, they're in trouble here. Alex is already back up and down to 500 hit points at this point. And guess what? The Ghosts are done. So that's a huge bunch of damage there. Oh, Alex getting shackled. Big shackle right there. He's going to go down. Oh, the heal bomb with the 4 staff. I love it. Okay, that was the Aegis crack right there. That was the first one. But Alex now in a jam because he just burned his leap before the fact. Going to go ahead and get up on Moonlight Shadow with Shackle against 2. Big power shot getting 2 kills. Alex will survive, but at a pretty huge cost to his teammates. They didn't. They got the tier 2. There was 2 tier 2 towers being exchanged. So the advantage going to CUA on that one. They did they took a huge, I mean, just massive chunk out of this bottom tower. That'll help later on Aegis pushes, but all things considered, that could have gone a lot worse for CUA and a lot better for Pvore. No more duels picked up. Not another duel that they could have gotten somewhere. that they just couldn't get. So the bleeding has stopped for CUA.
Got it.
They're back in this, and it looks like, yeah, it looks like we will have Greaves right after this brief message from this creep wave. But he is kind of exposed. Yep, gonna go ahead and get himself out of there before he gets dueled. Nicely done. Ooh, we now has the charges building up. Alright, so we have the ability to kite 2 melees. Their Slark is in... It's not as bad against the Slark, but it's still pretty decent. Be able to use that, and he won't be able to get his right clicks in the way he wants to. Everyone else, it'd be better for catching and getting kills while chasing. It's going to be a lot easier to catch his Darkseer with a Demonic Purge. He's already got 3 built up. He's maxed out, ready to go again. They're pushing this without the Aegis this time. There's a push up top. Ghost pop yet again. They're going to double down on this tower. Down it goes, and working on the melee. Press the attack pop. They're ready for a duel, and unfortunately they're just not in position to defend this in a timely manner. They're going to have to let this set of racks go. With those, we didn't even have the core yet, but it's coming now. Here we go, coming in. Shadow Dance is about to be gone, but so are the ghosts. Their ghosts are coming back to their lady. So a really, that was CUA just more or less getting caught out of position, not knowing how to deal with the ghosts. And that's pretty much an easy set of racks for Pvore. And now we have a core most likely on the way. Yep, there it is. Oh boy. It's physical damage, but it's still considered spell damage. So he is literally going to be almost impossible to kill unless you put everything on him at once. So they don't really need the duels as much anymore. It's just icing on the cake at this point. CUA not one to be outdone. They're trying to grab some, just basically going back on the offensive. And why not? They have an offensive lineup. They're going to grab Duke. Earth Spike, he is locked down, not going anywhere. Arrow will miss completely. And a shackle against Alex, he's in a jam too. No, it's going to, yep, not going to be enough. The burst damage too much before Moonlight Shadow kicks in. So they're going to get a little bit of payback. Not enough to justify a set of racks, but they will make their presence known. Let them know that, hey, you're not just going to be able to walk all over us. And this is game 1 of best of 2. So even if this goes badly for either team, they have a chance to reset themselves. Almost 30 minutes in. What else have we picked up? Boss gets the Aghanims a minute ago. Glimmer Cape done for Thick Bop. Geonox, he had the money for Greaves for a while. Not sure what he's holding on to with that much money. You could get Greaves and then start on a Shiva's or something. And Silver Edge done for Cookie. He is an all-in. This is an all-in gank build now. They have to time their fights so closely around, so carefully around the ghost now, which not only has a lower cooldown, but it's going to be healing like crazy. Just under 2 minutes, with a duration that's so basically they have 90-second windows to get kills to get this guy picked off clean. Speaking of windows, might be able to grab this tower before they can TP in. It's a lot of damage on it right now, given that they have the initiative. I think they're just going to go ahead and let this one go. That gives away their superb roast position. Might be able to go ahead and push on to the next one. Yeah, it looks like they're going to push their luck. They don't have much for... Okay, fresh creep wave coming up on the way. A lot of damage on this Windy with Maelstrom and Ags. And yeah, this tower will drop like a sack of shit. And they're not going to waste any time. They're going to go ahead and defend the racks. Well, ghosts are up and working. It's going to be tough. You're fighting into ghosts that are already there. You just pretty much have to wait it out. Press the attack and everything. She's going to be incredibly hard to kill. Neck already popped on CUA's side. I think they still have it on Pvore's. And now, unfortunately, caught. Oof, that's rough. We're going to go ahead and tank up most of the damage. The ghosts are just about done. They're going to go come heal her up mid-gank attempt. They could have waited a little longer. Turning back around the snowball. Boss going to get punched. No, manages to barely survive, courtesy of a Glimmer Cape save from Thick Bop. Nice save. But they are going to lose their Darkseer up front. Now they've already got the ghosts coming back off cooldown in just over a minute. Time is really precious. And that was a pretty strong chunk of that tower being taken out in the meantime. Still anyone's game though. Anybody's game here. Soon to be a Sanjin Yasha for Glacius. He did pick up a duel. I guess it was a duel on the darks here. I was wondering if we were even going to see a level 2 duel before we go straight to level 3. Or at least a dual win, rather. CUA not wasting any time. They're already set to do another gank. Now Alex out alone. Moonlight Shadow has been popped. I don't know if they are aware of the cooldown. He's got a fresh BKB too. He's going to be incredibly hard to catch. Banging this for Kronosh. How is he doing on charges? Back up to 3. Here we go with the Blink Hex combo. Glacius in real deep shit here. Just gets nailed by all of them. Finger will finish the job with Boss getting one final hit there. Boss and now getting 4-staffed out. Here comes the Ghost yet again. They're already off cooldown. Now Boss is every heal and the save on Boss has already been expended. They have nothing left to save him. Duke is going to take a ton of damage. Shadow Pact and everything. Now Moonlight Shadow in the middle of this fight. They're going to be invising in and out. And unfortunately they just can't do anything against these Ghosts anymore. And then not only about the Ghosts, but Alex has so much right click. Starstorm in the middle. Down goes Boss. And a rampage for Pvore. Courtesy of all her lovely little green ladies. And that should pretty much be GG right there. They don't have an answer to this. Buyback, yeah, there's just don't have enough buybacks either. Everyone who has buyback on the Radiant side have used it. They just don't have the answer. Here we go, diving in with one more Dark Pact. Starstorm again. They all had to run through the wall, but the illusions are busy hitting creeps. Nikuki's really trying to push his luck here as much as possible. Heal Bomb will save him. Man, Lon just doing work trying to keep these people alive. They will save the racks, though. They will save the racks. With only 3 of them, I'm very surprised. I really thought that was pretty much it. But we only got 30 seconds left to Ghosts, and this is a great time to go grab Roche. They still don't have Boss for 30 more seconds. This is pretty much an easy pickoff for him. They're a little beat up. They're a little exhausted. If CUA do want to push this, if they want to go after it, I mean, they see this is happening. This is CUA vision. They pretty much can see the motion coming through there. They just saw the TP towards Roche. I mean, they clearly know what's going on, but they're just not in a position to do it without Boss. Boss is now up. Can they get in? They can get there in time. They don't know how much health Roche still has. I mean, they were still exhausted. They're going to go ahead and pop Moonlight Shadow before they even leave the pit. So that's pretty much the whole duration right there. Yeah. So the power shot will reveal. Here comes the Ghost yet again. Boss is going to go down almost immediately. Earth Spike on 4, but yeah, the Ghost is just tearing people up now. Starstorm as well. We got a duel from Glacius on to Thick Pop, and the Ghost will finish that up. That's another duel picked up finally. And that's just, yeah, Ghost just eating. That's a good game called by Thick Pop. They just don't have the answer. And Pvore will take game 1, and that will move them to... That'll secure first place a little bit deeper. I believe that's going to put them 8-1. CUA are now going to be 6-3. But we still have one more game to go, guys. One more game to go. We're going to take a quick break, play some music, and then we'll get you on with game 2. And for those that wanted to see it, there you go. One more time. Alright folks, welcome back. Good afternoon, evening. This is Kairos yet again. This is game 2 of Pvore versus CU again. And Pvore pretty much they were able to, despite the problems they were having getting duels off, their core Death Prophet was able to get, pretty much able to run Ghosts in pretty much the entire team fight. It was very hard to kill. And from that point on, she just kept getting more and more kills. She actually got a rampage in that last game with an Octarine core. They didn't have an answer for it at that point, and they called GG after the last Roche. So not too shabby for CU again. I'm not sure why we're seeing a Techies ban, but okay. Make me laugh. But yeah, I'm dying Doom, pretty standard bans right there. We'll probably see a Slarder ban or a Queen or something like that. No, they're going for Brood right away. So that leaves Slarder, Queen of Pain, Wind Ranger, Shadow Fiend, a lot of popular meta stuff. Looking for love right now, including Alchemist. So CU again, they're gonna have to try something different there. Their aggressive gank strat with the Slark and all that, it was starting to work. It really was. But and then that damn Death Prophet just started getting. He just collected all the kills and used that to get a core, and then it was pretty much Dunyan rings after that. Not to say that CU again. It was a very close game in terms of kills, net worth, and everything. But once Pvore hit critical mass, and they couldn't deal with it. So to help counter some of this early aggression. A Nod with a disruptor pick. Really good against tower diving. Really good against just gank attempts in general. Can really just throw a complete wrench. Pretty much be able to throw a complete wrench in any of this. And plus anybody that's pushing a tower, whatever time you think you have, take away a few seconds. Otherwise, Disruptor's going to get you.
5 seconds remaining.
Going to send you right back to that tower. So, I'm kind of glad they picked the Disruptor into this lineup. Night Stalker Slardar, that's brutal. You've got a huge AoE stun with a really short cooldown. Pretty much like this is the AoE version of Wraithfire Blast. Pretty much, yeah. It's almost exactly the same thing. So you get the stun, and then they get slowed again. This is AoE Wraithfire Blast, 8-second cooldown. That's pretty much what Wraithfire Blast was too. So now you get the amp damage. Now you have nighttime to worry about.
10 seconds
This would be
remaining.
a Luna, a Luna core would not be the worst thing in the world at this point, given their current situation.
Reserve time.
They have tons of mids open though. In order to ban all this stuff out, they had to lose a bunch of mids. So you have all of your normal villains: Shadow Fiend, Queen of Pain, Wind Ranger.
Radiant
Some of the
team
most
back.
popular, Templar Assassin. Hell, even Ember. So they're gonna go with the Tusk. More counter initiation on this.
10
And
seconds
CU again are
remaining.
actually pretty much the fan favorite going into this. Most of you guys that were
5 seconds
you guys are either betting on a draw, or I mean, the 50% favorite CU again right now. Perfection Vor, despite all their experience and stuff, they're still 5-1 against actually 2-0. But so far so good, making it look pretty good so far. Both teams are fighting for. I mean, the number
10 seconds
the number
remaining.
one spot in this group isn't too far behind, but going into this, Vor
5
were
seconds remaining.
they were 7-1 and holding second place. CU again was right behind them with 6-2,
Reserve time.
and even third place beyond that was, or fourth place beyond that was only, I think it was like 5 and something. It's really close. This pretty tight group so far. Both teams have 5 more games to play, including this one, in order to, and then we'll figure out who's going to go to the playoffs. So yeah, they're literally duking it out for a playoff spot right now in this game too. Duke is duking. They're duking. So we'll probably see Duke on the Slardar or the Night Stalker. Alex might go more carry. Kronos had a really good run with his early Shadow Fiend. Got the first blood just off Shadow Poison spams. So we'll see what they give him this time. We had almost no healers in the. Well, we had Omni Knight. He had some pretty good moves. The Guardian Angel helped a lot in the early game. They had a sweet 4-staff into a heal bomb while defending their bottom racks. So we might still see. Yeah, none of the healers have been banned out yet. Undying is sort of a quasi healer with
10
this
seconds
Soul Rip.
remaining.
He can do it. Oh, the Husker ban. Yeah, they gotta. Whew. There've been, like in the over at the majors, Huskers made a couple appearances to pretty dramatic effect. Usually with a Dazzle. We had a Dazzle IO Husker combo, in addition to a Tiny that was getting pretty decent farm on who was it?
Dire team pick.
I don't know, who's playing that match there. So now they're banning out mids, and they get the Shadow Fiend. Got some pretty big guns here. They have a lot. Yeah, this is a pretty solid lineup in and of itself right here, with the damage amp and everything. So what does CU again want to do about this? They have 2 armor reductions already on Vor. They're going to need some way of getting it back up. Dazzle would be great for that with the weave. That would sort of balance both of those out for now on a temporary basis. Clockwork for initiation, okay.
Dire team pick.
Still thinking that Dazzle with the weave would be fantastic here. Who else can buff up some armor? Well, Lich would be. They're pretty much done on their supports and such, so Lich would have been an option with that ice armor. A couple other
10
options too.
seconds remaining.
Oh, so okay, Pvore are going to take Lich. They're going to take
Radiant
armor reduction
team
and some armor gain. And now they have a lot of disables except for Shadow Fiend. They have 3 slows on Lich. 1 if they fight him. 2 if they, 2 for the fun of it. Chain Frost to cancel TPs and such for fun too. And the Chain Frost also slows. They've got a stun on the Crush, and they've got a slow and a the Crippling Fear as well. A big nighttime slow.
remaining.
So if they stack these, I mean, the Shadow Demon.
5
It's a little late to be
seconds
getting a Shadow Demon, but okay. So Gyro will come out.
Dire team ban.
They're putting a lot of faith in this Gyro because this early lineup so far, it's good for counter initiation and tower diving and stuff, but aside from that, their damage is a little light. A little bit light.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And with Husker out, yeah, okay, I should have seen that coming too. A Husker ban into a Gyro pick, I should have seen that coming as well.
Ban.
And we'll probably see a Wind Ranger here because most of the other good mids are gone. Queen finally got banned out in the last phase. And CUA again still need a mid, so we'll probably see the Wind Ranger on her, mostly by
10
default.
seconds remaining.
Unless Pvore want to go ahead and pick it for themselves, but that would force their Shadow Fiend into the safe lane.
Dire team
With Tri-Lane, it might not level as fast as they want. So Juggernaut ban. That's more physical damage all across the board. In addition to the armor reduction, that's not exactly a bad thing getting rid of him. And Alex had a good run with the Mirana last time. They're going to do it again. Might not be as easy this time. Don't have to worry about Ion Shell and stuff. We have more deep diving type heroes. And even if she leaps away, she's got Glimpse to worry about. So this is not going to be this is going to be a harder game for Miranda than last one was.
seconds remaining.
Okay, so the mid Lina going to make a return against Shadow Fiend. It's going to be pretty rough. Her auto attack range is quite farther, but she's got to worry about the raises. I'm still, yeah, Pvore Pvore have such a solid lineup and such a solid draft here. I really think, I mean, the later this game goes, it still scales quite well for Pvore. Night Stalker can still do some pretty decent right clicks after the fact. Slaughter can amp damage. I mean, that hardly ever scales off unless it's into the super late game. Nina does have a lot of pure damage though, but these guys are quite beefy on Pvore's side as well. Disruptor, enjoy your time at your moment of fame here. And if you're tuning in game, you can join us as well, twitch.tv/Kairos commentary. And you may not have to hear me blow my nose or anything. So, for CUA again, fighting to stay as a contender for this position 2 spot in this group. You got Lon again on the Disruptor. Genox's going to be switching from the Darkseer to the Tusk this time. Gyro, or we actually stand in here. VNS on the Gyro. Kucky is going to be on the clock, it looks like. Yeah, Kucky on the clock. No, Boss is going to be on the clock. And last but not least, it's going to be, no, Boss, yeah, Boss is on the clock. Genox on the Tusk. Who am I missing? I am so retarded. Mid Lina is going to be Kucky. I think that's everybody. Yep, okay. Just still loading in there. Alright, so for Pvore, Gramash had a pretty good run on the Shadow Demon's going to take Night Stalker and be a little more aggressive. We've got Tucky, who was on the pretty much unkillable Death Prophet at the end there. Going to be on the Shadow Fiend this time, a little more traditional. Alex is going to take the Mirana once more. Duke is going to get off. He's going to stay nice and frosty. He's staying off switching from the Tusk to the Lich. And finally, Glacius on the Shadow, on the Legion Commander, who unfortunately was in on a lot of kills, but they just weren't able to get the duels for the guy. He's going to be on the Slaughter this time. Everybody's going bottom, the exception of one. Boss, let me get that ward up real quick. I don't know if they saw him or not. They were pings going like crazy. I don't think they saw him though.
30 seconds to battle.
Looks like both sides are just going to go ahead and give themselves one rune and call it a day. Good game, well played. We'll take the draw just as it is. Do have a smoke from the Tusk, but I guess we're going to have to save that for later. More of the threat of the rotating Tusk with a smoke. Just knowing that that's on the map is actually quite useful. You know, it's going to trade a couple clicks here. Trade a couple swings. So mid Lena makes a return. He's got some insane attack range. It was 675. They nerfed it down to 670. Little quasi nerf. Versus 500 and the ability to raise as far as 700 within a radius. Against a Lich. And this Lich is going to be able to keep this lane pulled back quite easily. And Duke is just ready to trade blows. He doesn't have any way of... I'm not sure why he's going at it like this. Not like this, man. Not like this. He's going to have to tango himself up quite early. Meanwhile, Glacius down bottom. He's in a bad spot because it's way easier for a clock to get last hits with the rocket flare versus Glacius, who basically has to waddle his way up and do it. But he's got Kronos to back him up. This is a pretty brutal combo for ganking anyway. More cog blocking. Pushing Alex back, draining the mana. Little defensive ward, don't gank me bro, says right here. And just grab him with the last hits with the rocket flare. Should be all said and done there. Tri lane down bottom. Well, unfortunately, no value mangoes this game. Just going to go ahead and clarity himself up. But Glacius is going to be in a rough spot. It depends on... Venus is going to have to get way more denies. He's already got 2. The more denies he can get, more life health, more than making his life hell. LSA in the middle. It's going to hit Tuki, but not going to work. And Kronos will go down. And Geonok is able to help out. Nice. Oh, he's got the shards in. The snowball should finish the job. And so second and third blood being exchanged as well as a rotation up top from Alex and Duke. So they're going to take out Boss as well. Man, first blood turned into 4. That's insanity all across the board. Double damage room available up top. Kronos wants to go back in. We're not even in nighttime yet. He's being super aggressive for nighttime. Oh, he's locked in with the shards. Beautiful shard. LSA going to finish the job. Not going to save him. He's got something to heal him. I think it was a tango, or a salve. A brief duration of a salve that then got canceled. And this is just bananas. Last game was pretty much bananas too. Tango and oh, he got a bottle charge from their Shadow Fiend. Nice. And now Duke in trouble. He has no mana to defend himself right now. Sacrifice. 10 seconds to go. Alex ready to try and trade right clicks. Can he get a... Oh, here comes Geonok with the double damage. Manages to leap back just a little bit further. Now he has to deal with 2 plus tower. But he's got double damage to at least get the burst in. Rocket Flare will finish it. Boss gets the kill. Duke almost gets another one. But they do manage to take out Geonok. G! They take out G. Fuck it. Your name's G. So 4-3 at 3 minutes. I mean, the last game was pretty similar in the early game. Everybody was just diving on each other like crazy. It was pretty much 2 kills per minute. Boss, what are you doing, buddy? You got way overextended there. Not sure why he was even being that greedy. Kronos, we're literally 45 seconds to nightfall, and he's going in. They're being super greedy. Yet another rotation from the Tusk. Another kill. They're just giving away kills in this mid. Kronos, fortunately, is like, okay, I'll take the lane. I'll get level 3 before night kicks in. And wow, 6.85 with your fight recaps and your damage and such. Yeah. Coming back in, level 4 for the Shadow Fiend, and level 5 just hit it. And oh yeah, and as a reminder to myself, I have to pretty much keep my camera stuck on Kuki once he gets 6 for the first couple of ganks anyway. And I apologize if this is just a little bit choppy. Get my overlay back up. There we go. And I can make this go a little faster for you. We're in game 2, by the way, folks. Pvore have game 1 secured. Forgot to update the score there. There we go. Got that updated. VNS pretty much having the time of his life down here. Getting enough denies to keep the lane pulled back a little bit, but it is all the way up against the tower again. Everybody's so busy rotating that had a little bit of, it's a little bit harder to get the creeps stacked up. They even had to rotate long on the disruptor to get some kills. But they're doing a good job of it, 5-4. Oh, diving in yet again with some snowball action, saved by the Moonlight Shadow. Close call there. Do they want payback? They're still pretty beat up. I think they're content to just hold back a little bit. Alex is going to try and go on boss, who's going to TP out. Nice little juke there with the cogs. Down he goes. Nice cog block. Tuki's going to take top of the last hits for just a little bit. Everybody's pretty much up top here. Alex as well. And Duke, unfortunately, you're going to have to retire back with just boots for now. Tread's done. However, that's Tread's done for Glacius. He's able to. He's almost got his 6. Almost got that damage amp ready to start running in. Kronos, rather. We're halfway through nighttime. We got 2 minutes left on it. And we do have a level 3 Batman, so we can do Batman things if we want to. And this constant rocket flare really beating the living shit out of Alex here. He's got 2 wand chargers. That's it to hold him up. And if boss gets level 6 anytime soon, Alex is really kind of pushing it. Anytime that Alex would be, or boss would be close to level 6 when you're that low, the hook shot alone might kill him. Not anymore though. Sabs himself up. 30 seconds left on the clock till the first daytime. No sign of darkness coming in anytime soon. Not till the next, maybe halfway through the next daytime. VNS almost got his call down too. Really, everybody's so tantalizingly close to picking up some ults here. VNS, Duke, Glacius, all within striking distance of picking up some sweet skills. Glacius unfortunately wants to make a move before getting his damage amp, and he's like, well, okay, let me get that first. Okay, cool. Kind of ruins the moment there. But it works out. Here it comes with the Frost Blast coming in. Glacius is just going to push him away. He's not gonna go in too deep. They really want this lean in mid. She's got 6. She's got Laguna. She's thinking about it. Oh, almost in range for Tuki. 450. Oh, he's so close. 1 slave and 1 Laguna is all it takes. Now just 1 Laguna. 1 slave almost got it. Kinetic Field trying to save against this Moonlight Dive. Venus coming in with ant damage. He's hanging in there. Still, unfortunately, all these denies. Keeping him away from that tasty 6. And Kronos really wants a piece of this. And unfortunately, we just hit daytime. Timing is a little off. Kronos hits daytime. Janoc comes in. He's able to turn it back around if he wants to. That silence is not going to last long enough. He can hold on to a long snowball if he wants to. He's got to do something. He just decides to right-click. No skills were used at all in that one. Kinetic Field holding down into the call down. Glacius can take both missiles and then eventually get shot down. So that's 2 for 1. But man, that Tusk unfortunately didn't manage to get anything off even when he wasn't silenced. Ooh, big arrow after the Thunder Strike. That's gonna be 3 down for Pvore, and there's the first Laguna Blade of the game. Tuki's gonna go down, and a hook shot to pretty much, that is almost entirely a team wipe if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's 5 down. Nicely done by CUA. Everybody's here to party. 10-5. Don't count these guys out yet. Just because they lost game 1. We're seeing a lot of games in this group become. A lot of games in this group are turning into. We're seeing a lot of draws in this group. Let's put it that way. More action down the bottom. We're gonna pick up the Walrus Punch from Janoc, but if they rotate, he's pretty far up. Gonna go ahead and withdraw. We got the Laguna, should be coming off cooldown pretty soon, 20 seconds. She's ready to just TP in and just drop a bolt. Eat someone in the face. Glacius rotating around the backside. VNS is here. A little bit more tanky now. Phase Boots got the... Oh, it's got the Mortar Mass to keep him up in the lane. And a salve. Aside from that though, oh they... just spamming that. Just spamming that damage amp. We are... Yeah, he'll probably hit darkness just before. We'll have a very long nighttime next time. Probably around a 5-minute nighttime. Whether it comes before or after the actual night is remains to be seen, because we still need darkness. And it's kind of close. Whether he's going to get it or not beforehand. Next set of runes up. An Invis on the Night Stalker. Oh, call down coming in on Tuki. Taking a lot of damage here. Can he even get the... Oh, he's going to go down. Can he get the Laguna Blade off in time? He's going to have to do just a desperation shot. No, he doesn't get it off. Kinetic Field will hold in Glacius while he takes a full rocket barrage to the face. And finally a Snowball bringing in Gyro a little bit closer. Kronos comes in. Daytime. Not able to do much with Hunter in the Night. And he is locked down and he's dead. That's 2 for 1 yet again. Another dive just pretty much not going Pvore's way. Boss and Alex are pretty much even on the farm column here. Pretty close. Alex with a little bit more. They want to go in. Glimpse back. This is why you don't stick around towers too long with the Disruptor. Boss is here. Gets the... I think he got the hook shot. Here comes the arrow. Misses. Nice juke with the arrow within the cogs. That was sexy. And unfortunately there's the hook shot. Okay. It did not connect. It was a blind hook shot across the river. And here comes Alex diving in after the tower's already down. Starstorm, but nope, he's gonna get punched. Little Tiger takes a punch to the dick right there. And now Static Storm trying to make a whole bunch of space in here, but not much effect, not a lot of damage. Pvore fortunately are... Oh, jeez. Pvore fortunately taken from their previous fight. They took a ton of damage and they just weren't able to hold in there for the second round. Duke is like, oh, jeez. I didn't even see that Night Stalker there. I was busy looking at Duke. Because I didn't think he would be there. I mean, like, just coming in there, that's so greedy. Darkness popped. And we are... Yeah, Darkness popped in the middle of the night, so that kind of got wasted a little bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Duke has the Chain Frost coming up soon, though. Soon.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And gotta get some souls. Just about up to full. And unfortunately, because there's so many rotations, hasn't been a whole lot of time to stack camps on either side, really. So that much needed jungle farm, the much needed jungle flash farm to keep him going in here, to get him started on get him almost finished up on a mech is not going to happen, which means he's going to have to come out to the lane and be more exposed at level 9. Versus a level 2 Laguna Blade on this Lina. Which is, well, it's off cooldown, but he needs some gear. He needs some manas. Blind Hook will just barely miss. It was a good little gamble. There's a smoke into a Moonlight Shadow coming up here, so there's a lot of potential for kills for Pvore, especially with no more tower to worry about in the mid. And Tuki is just baiting. Glacius is going to get revealed. Kronos does not. Oh, there's the glimpse yet again. Just so much AoE damage. Look at all that. Just a beautiful... It was a beautiful little formation. It was like a firework going, like a finale firework going on. Glacius is going to get smoke, or he's going to get dusted. Moonlight's not going to help him. But here comes the Chain Frost. Bouncy. It's going to keep going off creeps. It might come back on VNS, but nope. It's going to finish up on the creeps. But they still managed to get 2 for 1 every single time. CUA, courtesy of this. Usually the glimpses is what's doing it. Boss, nice cog block. Alex is going to leap through it. And gets glimpsed back before the Starstorm can complete. And a punch will finish the job. Enoch now in trouble. That's 3 for 1. Huge save right there. That was a huge save on Boss. Kronos, unfortunately, yep, he's not going anywhere. Nice ice shards to block it. Their ability to just control people is just phenomenal. Mainly because of this disruptor, also because of the ice shards. And now finishing the job on Tuki. They're coming in, but Pvore's coming back in, but they're coming in they're straggling too much at a time. Tuki will survive though. God, 11 hit points. No, not going to be enough. Death Requiem. Ooh, catching. John's going to eat that Death Requiem and then a damage amp to the face. He will go down, but not after essentially how many they get? They lost 3, but I think they got at least 5, if not more. huge turn. Now, CUA are just in firm control of this map. Every time that Pvore try to do something, the disruptor just fucks it up. But quite literally, the ice shards are also doing work. But man, these glimpses are working. The VNS is pretty much holding at the top. Let's see what kind of toys we got while we're waiting. Tuki's gonna go for the Shadow Blade. He needs the burst damage. He's pretty much going full ham here. There's no sign of a mech anywhere yet for Pvore. They might just say screw it, we're not going to do it. They're really relying more on the Slarder, Miranda, Night Stalker initiation versus just straight up tank. Because some of these guys are fairly beefy. I mean, so you got a Slarder, you got a Night Stalker. They're not the squishiest dudes around. Plus damage, you have to throw this back in, but the ability to, yeah, CUA have a nice, I mean, I was really leaning towards Pvore just off the draft, but CUA are really, really, really making this work. They're taking their fights on their own terms, which is really what you want to do with the Disruptor. And this Gyro's getting pretty tanky. Helm of the Dummy done. We'll see what he's got in tow for a creep. Looks like he's got a stacking creep. Cool. Even better for them. Drawing small unborn fetuses on the map for some reason. Now I can't. Now every time I didn't even realize that these were faces until that dude did the cosplay. And now I'm like, I can't unsee it now. Thanks a lot, asshole. So we got the even more in the snowball column, and earn for disruptor is pretty sweet. Their sustain's not too bad. Genox getting that mech done pretty soon, and we're ready to rock. So brief recap, we're sort of resetting the field after that last fight got turned around in Pvore's favor. So 21-11. Pvore up by 1 game, but in danger of throwing this one if they keep this aggression up. Like, this is a bad spot to be, like right there in the middle of the river. Great place to get initiated. That is the place to get initiated on, especially with a clockwork. How's this? Yeah, 20 some seconds left. A drum for Alex. Very soon, 600 some gold to go. Constant vision generated by the clockwork is going to make it weird. Going to make it awkward. Just let them know you're there. Not for Electron. Duke will be the one picking up the mech.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Must have missed that. Well, or either he bought a bunch of stuff, or I missed it while we were looking at the items. Now the Yule's combo is ready. Here we go. Tuki losing half his life. There's the Yules yet again. LSA, is it coming time? Yes, it will. Right in the butt. Everybody else canceling their TPs. They don't want any of that. Timing was all CUA on that one. Duke is ready to play some games. Nothing but heroes to bounce this off of right now for the Chain Frost. But they're going to have to pretty much forfeit this tower. That's going to leave them with 1 more in the safe lane. And CUA still have 2 of theirs. But this one might not stay much longer. CUA really seem to like to force, pretty much double down whenever they're pushing, whenever they're in a base or a tower race or something like that. They really like to just keep the pressure up. Duke taking a huge slave fruit, basically baked and frozen. There's a pre-cooked lich, frozen and ready to serve later. This is Operation Hot Pocket, and unfortunately, yeah, this is almost a completely wasted Moonlight Shadow. They're just not able to get in position. Their Slard still needs a blink. Oh no, he just got the blink. Okay, so that actually changes this up completely. The ability to blink crush and start throwing this in their favor, along with the ability to constantly crush, maybe get a second crush in if he survives long enough. He's got half decent tank at this stage in the game. Oh, CUA changing it up yet again, changing gears. Gonna grab a gank right off there. Oh nice, Laguna Blade's gonna take him down to about half. And despite the Blink Dagger being there, nope, not going to happen in the middle of a Glimpse Static Storm. That's going to be almost almost 2 kills right there. Where's the Batman? Where'd you go, Batman? He manages to just barely make it out. It took a lot to kill that Slard, though. I mean, it took a whole bunch of ults for one guy, which they don't have the longest cooldowns on these ults, so they can keep the aggression up, but they definitely need to give it a second. Kind of cool their heals a second. However, Moonlight Shadow is also on cooldown for just about as long. BNS just pretty much having the time of his life. And oh, here comes Duke with the freeze, slowing down things. No one else is really able to help. But here comes Alex on the backside. Starstorm, oh, leaps out of the call down. Beautiful move. Starstorm, I think it was 1-2. I don't even think the second Starstorm hit, because Duke finished the job with Frost Blast. That was a beautiful juke, in addition to getting that Starstorm off. Big hook, though. Creep will reveal. Down goes Alex. No, maybe. No, we got yeah, he's going to go down, but Kronos is here to help out, but he's just here to soak up damage at this point. We got a mech from Duke and keep things rolling for Pvore. Kinetic Field will throw things off track, and now we have a Sigil slowing things down as well, but now the damage amp and the Blink Crush is a huge factor in all this. And the ability, just gets the Void off. Diving in on Kronos yet again. They just don't have the follow-up that they need. They just keep coming. CUA keep just changing. I love how CUA keep changing gears and re-engaging and then pulling back and then re-engaging. I love it. They just are completely manipulating every team fight. Blowing up the trees in Kinetic Field, not going anywhere, Dookie. Cog Block can keep you locked in there, and they're going to pretty much let him go. If he had a TP, I think it was on cooldown anyway. No TP. He has the mech, but that's awkward. This must be a bug, because I've seen him use the mech several times already. This is weird. I've seen him 2 mechs popped on Pvore's side. So if you're Pvore, what do you do? I mean, the smokes, they were doing some smokes. They've got the Shadow Blade, they've got the Blink Crush. Their ability to initiate and keep doing damage, still good. They just got to find their positioning a little bit better and not chase too far. The chasing is really what's killing them. Going to be a 1, 2, 3. Oh no, the Requiem gets canceled. Just a death Requiem with almost. It had full souls, but man, that just complete turnaround right there. Not even sure if that was a Sentry or a Dust or just Instinct, but. And this Chain Frost. Nope, I think the Chain Frost was just juked right there. Another Blink Crush on the backfield. Now people are able to move in. CUA are on the run. They're not able to really follow up on this. Walrus Punch will buy a little more time. They get another kill off of it, but Starstorm and everybody else finishing the job for Pvore. Yep, Blink Crush yet again. That Blink is huge. So that's going to be a 2 for 4, and Pvore get back in this. The extra Shadow Blade damage. Unfortunately, none of those kills were picked up, or wasn't able to get any gold or experience off those kills because he was the first one to go down on the Shadow Fiend. There we go. Nice hook into the. Nice lead with the hook. You can try it. Nope. Literally canceling the TP, pretty much soloing the Slard right there. He was pretty much exhausted after that last fight. Boss came in fresh, finished the job. And Alex, who is trying to get some farm but is also exhausted, they're just not letting him. CUA just do not want to let him breathe. That's pretty much what you have to do. They have so much more late game core. Lon able to pick up a little gear from that. Another Force Staff. He had the. See, yeah, is he on the Omni Knight last game? I'm trying to remember. No, it was no. He was on the. No, yeah, he was on the Omni Knight last game. And big old stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 man stack. Yeah, a little bit of. It just gets a little too crowded to stack up at some point. I think it's a 5 stack. Definitely got to harvest that before it's too late. And gonna finish this build here. The Sange is just about done and on the way. Looks like you were buying out of a lot of things in the middle of that fight. And people were not going to let themselves get manipulated much longer. They're going to fight, they're going to fight, they're going to fight. They're going to move into this Roche, try and take the advantage, but immediately gets scouted out by the damn Rocket Flare yet again. Alex with the arrow, just for insurance purposes more than anything. Just in case someone tried to snatch the Aegis. I'm going to grab it, Tuki's going to grab it. Oh, fortunately, Chinooks, there's nobody around to help you, buddy. They're all over the place. This is literally a cul-de-sac, a very wide cul-de-sac. And Moonlight Shadow to get things started in the mid. They know something's up. I think they saw that as well. They had a ward right over here. Might have caught that on the tail end. Blink initiation, though, is going to be hard to get away from with the sprint. Yep, with a Force Staff, even more speed. So we have Blink and Force Staff. You're not getting away from the Slarder if he really wants to get you. So Roche plus 2 kills. And we're still well within a hasn't gone anywhere more than about 6,000 in anyone's favor. Despite the kills. Kills were a lot closer in the other game, and the gold and everything, XP, it was all super close. But the draft / item build was what did it for Pvore last time. And it looks like, yeah, it was asked just a second ago. It's going to get BKB on the gyro. Looks like it's in work. And we got some money getting swung around. Got some new toys. Boss picks up the blade mails, working more than halfway to the Ags. Oh yeah, he's almost got it. 650 gold. He's got it. Looks to be the Force Staff is either on the way or almost done for lawn. Nah, it looks like you got 100 gold to go. Pick up some dust anyway, being a boss. Deso for Alex. In addition to even more blink damage, you got decent stats. They're Shadow Fiend's more in the glass cannon side of things. Oh, huge! That's a huge call. Oh man, almost killed himself entirely off the blade mail from Boss after that beautiful hook shot. Duke's gonna die in midair. Pretty much hits the camera and dies. Alex, even with the Deso damage, the Aegis has already been cracked. Big static kinetic storm, pretty much locking everybody down, and they are on the run. You're gonna blink crush. Oh, look at this arrow! That almost caught him too. Fortunately, blade mail is gonna turn it back around. They weren't counting on the blade mail. It just, I mean, it must have. If it got picked up recently, it's a surprise to everybody. Coming right about. He wants to pick off, but man, their whole team is here. Arrow with a Deso shot. Nice combo. Little mini wombo. So a little bit of silver lining, a little bit of salvage work for Pvore there. They got the worst of it. They lost their Aegis. They lost 3, but they did get at least a kill out of it. CUA not wasting any time.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And the BKB is about half done now. About 2,000 gold to go. Who else got some kills on that? We definitely got the Force Staff done. That got delivered on lawn. Duke with the mech, the official mech completed now. And a good chunk of the Ags done. Speaking of BKBs, about 600-ish gold, 650 or so for Tukey, and then he's good to go. And this is where CUA is going to start to fall off a little bit more. Yes, the Static Storm does not go through BKB. A lot of this, I mean, this is pretty much takes Disruptor completely out of the game once you pop a BKB. And now 2 Ags done for CUA, pure damage, and now we got a low cooldown and decent stats on him too. You can't overlook the fact that the Clockwork's getting decent stats to survive a fight a little longer. He stayed alive in that fight pretty much the whole time. I don't think he died. If he did, he blade mailed at least twice and was able to just keep turning that damage back around. That's what pretty much did in the Aegis the first time. Tukey took himself down to under half damage just with blade mail. Under half hit points, rather. Boss wants another piece of this. He's ready. Rocket Flare first. Yeah, they're pinging that out. Blinking in with the punch. Oh my god, Geenox is taking tons of damage here right off the bat. And we're in the middle of daytime, so that's not going to help at all. Presence of the Dark Lord trying to make Geenox take a little more damage. He will die. And we're sort of resetting the field with the Moonlight Shadow. So Boss, they're not exactly sure who to initiate on. Hookshot will connect on Dookie, a second one. Tukey, rather. DNS popping a call down. It's going to clip 1, 2, but they're turning it back around. There's too much damage. That Moonlight Shadow really helped reset the fight. And that's a huge turnaround. 5 for 1. That just did not work. Despite the warding and everything, Pvore did that blind. The Moonlight Shadow, I think, was really the biggest factor, because they were constantly chasing people that were like, well, where'd he go, where'd he go, where'd he go? And by the time they established that, people were able to reset, back themselves up, etc., and do things they needed to do. And the stats are really starting to, this is where the core stuff's really starting to kick in. BKB done on Tukey, used it that whole time, full 10 seconds against CUA, who has tons of magical damage. Duke now really close to that Ags. Ornush pretty close to an Ags of his own. Looks like we're not going to do a gem right off the bat. And Hook all the way downtown, down the river. Is going to grab Grownish yet again. Blade Mail turning a ton of damage back around here. Starstorm, Turton. But yeah, it's still too much. There's not enough people up to help out and follow up with his damage. Boss is still up, and yeah, look at all the spread damage. There's so many kills available. VNS comes back in, call down. They could have used that about 10 seconds ago, unfortunately. Laguna Blade on someone who was practically dead anyway. So yeah, 2 for 1 on that one in favor of Pvore. They can't continue to engage though. Shadow Blade's going. He's going to get revealed. Nope. Might get LSA? No, okay. Shadow Blade lets him moonwalk out of there, but just barely. So many of these guys were almost dead. BKB down to 9 seconds on this guy. It's just pop, so the snowball won't stun. Enough time for... Oh! It looked like a Requiem. He was just doing some funky animations, but nope, he just TP's out. So second charge on the BKB pop for the save. It did keep him alive. But now it's down to 8 seconds. The sooner they can get that down to 5 against with a static storm and everything else, the better. Yeah, sure, Laguna goes through BKB, but not everything. There's a whole lot of other stuff that doesn't for CUA, and they need that damage. Pretty damn close game though. Within about 1,500 gold for the top 4 spots, and the top 3 spots after that are within 1,000 gold of each other. Top 4 spots are within, even that, the spots after that, pretty within. Okay, it starts to really fall off there, but still. Oh, nice rocket flare. Unfortunate timing for Pvore. They're gonna get spotted out. So who just got the new toy? Okay, so that's a fresh BKB for VNS, who's got some decent stats on him. Decent enough to get going, and he will bait. I love it when they have a bait. There's an old EVE Online player here. Baiting is like one of the number one ways you can get someone to take a bite, and force a fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Everybody's clustered up. We still got 2 minutes of full nighttime plus darkness. And we're gonna smoke as well. Waiting on the courier. There goes. Poof. Smoke is done for CUA, and they know something's up. Roche still has a little over a minute and change to go. Might have to smoke into the pit, but nope, they're going to go for it. Courier will be vulnerable as well. Oops, excuse me, it's going to go down. Yep, that was a quick kill. Duke will pick that one up. That'll probably finish his Ags if it's not done already. Quick TP out there. TP up by VNS. Everybody else just pretty much headed for the hills. So Roche is wide open. You got to know the timing's pretty close though. This is some tight timing. It was a stroke of luck for CUA that it's a long Roche, because this is exactly what they need to get their Lina back up. Everybody's got at least a level 2 ult now too. Everybody's a strong contender in these fights. Level 2 Static Storm. And can he get a chance to get... No chance of an Agnems anytime soon. Looks like a 4-staff in the works for the boss. And here they come. No, don't have much for wards. CUA with a ton of vision. Big vision there. Unfortunately, no kinetic field to follow it up. Can we get a glimpse? Yep, we'll get the glimpse. Back into a kinetic field, not going anywhere. He will be. He's not silenced though. We can at least get the crush off. ENS just got roasted. Jesus Christ. Requiem point blank range is actually going to take out GNOC 2. They're on the run. This completely backfired. Oh my god, this backfired. Ooh, that backfired horribly. It's just the kinetic. They really needed that kinetic static combo there. They just didn't have it, and that bought so much time and allowed. He was able to walk out of the static field before. Yeah, it just bought so much time for Pvore there. Really needed the kinetic on that. I think it was more of a little bit of a. Yeah, just kind of messed that one up. So 4 for 1 plus 8 plus Roche. Things are looking up for Pvore for a 2-0, but it's not over yet. Not even close. Not even close. I know I say it's not over yet a lot, but geez, this game is entirely in CUA's grasp. I don't know if you can hear my cats, but they're clearly not happy about this either. By the way, if you're tuning in game, you can join us on twitch.tv/Kairos Commentary. Be sure to follow. I'm doing all kinds of stuff in all different time zones. And just see if we got something going at the time. Now we're defending high ground with a lot of ults up. Do we have Static Storm? Yes, we do. And this is a good time to get glimpsed back, but nice pop with the Shadow Blade to make sure he doesn't. Someone's gonna need a gem, and they're gonna need it soon. Whoever gets the gem first is gonna be at a super advantage. And do we have one? Not quite. Now we have an Ag Stun. We have the Perma Chain Frost. And if you ever want to, when you get nothing but golems in the enemy camp, the enemy ancient camp, you get the Aghanims Chain Frost, and you have some downtime, just go ahead and pop it on there. Give you a tactical advantage later. If you can get your ult up again, you'll have a permanently running Chain Frost that you can bait them into and such. It's a lot of fun. The sexual tension is just mounting here. Missile goes down. Scotty now delivered with Aegis. Well, it's going to be on the way, rather. He's going to have to drop the scroll. Dookie just taunting him. Rocket Flare. Not a whole lot going on, just a lot of taunting. Slaving the ass, send you packing. We'll fire an ice combo. Might be able to get Gronosh here because he doesn't have any invis. Good candidate for getting glimpsed back here and getting hook-shotted. The advantage is all CUAs in terms of positioning. Pvore just have a hell of a lot more tank and a hell of a lot more damage right now. And now you have to worry about a Chain Frost on Aghanims too. Hopefully they saw that. And a Vlad's coming up. Since they're not in any hurry, I don't know if they're going to wait the whole time for Vlad's. CUA have more sustain. They can just rotate to the fountain. Vlad and Scotty delivered. Vlad's on the way. You go ahead and rotate to the mid. Maybe thinking about some lower hanging fruit right now. People were really hoping on CUA to make a move, to make the kind of move they could counter initiate on. But unfortunately, that cost them about 2 whole minutes of Aegis time right there. They're going to go for the low-hanging fruit on the tier 2. Far harder to defend. He's got a bit of an opening here. Yeah, boss does have the angle for a hookshot if he wants it. And by far in range. Easy tower. Now they can backdoor anything they want. But Aegis is still ticking away. It's only got about a minute left. Minute and change. Now the Scotty starts slapping away. They're going to start getting to work. Big, huge blink deep in here with the Eels combo. How many ults are they going to blow just to kill Glaive? Glaive just one. Here comes the call down. There's the Aegis pop once. Now Alex is going to go down before he gets back. Oh, nice job leaping away. But now Tuki is caught and not going anywhere. Alex is going to come in. Moonlight Shadow trying to help out. Man, they could really use some dust or a gem right now. Boss pop, unfortunately, will go down, slapped up on high ground. And GNF in a really bad spot here. He's trying to get a punch off before he can die. No snowball. Just stalling for time, running it out as long as he can. Nice combo right there. With all this high ground from Alex. High ground from Alex and Duke. Still wearing him out. But Aegis has been cracked. They got 2 kills out of it, and all but 1 tier 2 tower was saved. Oh, now they're gonna grab Tuki. Oh, they got a little too cocky. Death Requiem. Kind of singeing Lana a little bit there. But that was a pretty good turn, pretty good job considering they just cracked the Aegis, defending high ground. Now we just gotta get a BKB on this Slard as Vlad's is, well, he needs the Morbid Mask. Actually, wait, what is he doing? What the hell is he doing? A little bit of everything, I guess. BKB, yeah, okay, he only needs about 800 gold. He started the Vlad's and then he switched over to a BKB. If he had it in that fight, he would have been in a really awesome spot, even diving in like that. He probably would have lived a little bit. Actually, in that fight, he dove in, and most of the damage that killed him was pure. It's kind of hard to tell at this point without like going through a full replay, but now new toys, MKB in the works. Deso for Alex has been done for a while, I wager. And going into a Butterfly, and he's not going to have it yet because he's BKB popped to try and save him. Rocket Barrage, or yeah, oh, here we go. Big Chain Frost bouncing off. It's got permanent duration on it. And it's still going. Does get a Walrus Punch and a Static Storm. A couple more Fireballs to finish the job. Nice Glimmer Cape save, though. They do get 2 kills off that Chain Frost and then some. Alex dives back in. Ballsy move, diving back in with almost no hit points. Duke hanging out in the backfield, just trying to help out. Just spamming Ice Armor as much as he can, and that was really... The counter initiation was just really well done. They pushed up in the middle of nighttime. I don't really think that was the best idea for CUA. Whew. Now here come, and now the mid racks in deep. But we have 1-2 buybacks, so they could force a buyback. They could force buybacks. They could not Butterfly done. MKB has got a long ways to go. I think the Demon Edge is coming out. There it is. Nope, MKB done for this fight. Much needed. But unfortunately, it might cost him a set of racks. We've got... Where is our Glimpser? There he is. He's ready. You just got to make sure he doesn't get caught and blinked on. Blinked on, whatever you want to call it. Tower down, melee down to half. Pressure's on. Kinetic Field. Walrus Punch, Static Field's going to catch 3. Nice combo there. Despite the BKBs and everything, VNS just diving in with the Flak Cannon. Tons of damage. Requiem's going to do a little bit, but not a whole lot. And fortunately, Boss is going to pick him off. Their tusk does go down, but several of them are deeply wounded here. Boss in trouble himself. Force Staff's not going to save him. Starter goes back up and immediately gets blasted by the Laguna Blade. And it's just too much. They're forcing buybacks now. Just too much tank. The Scotty, and it's just too much tank, too much damage, courtesy of Alex as well. Coming in, this is their last ditch defense right here. Missile lock on Tuki. Yep, you got when they buy back and it's this close, you got to leave. Alex is gonna try and man mode for a little bit longer. BKB pops. He's gonna leap away from the kinetic field. Glimpse is gonna send you right back home to the fountain via shortcut. So buybacks expended, but definitely worth it. And damn if those racks aren't still holding on. Range racks badly scarred, not going to heal up. Melee rack should get up to probably close to 1,000 by the time this next fight comes around. Maybe 800, 900. Damage done. Pvore got hurt bad, but progress was made. They didn't get nothing. It's not like they didn't get anything out of it, but now they have to worry about these respawn timers are quite long for the cores, and they might just be able to, if nothing else, force some buybacks out. Both Alex and Tuki have it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Duke coming in with the Frost Blast. Just spamming that amp damage. Ice Armor everywhere. Nice blink, and then immediately getting out, buying more time, stalling for time. Tower does go down though. And we got a kinetic field. We got a static field, but no kinetic to follow it up. more for defense than anything. Here comes the Infiniblast. It's okay. Chain Frost is only going to hit 3, and that's on the deep cooldown as well. Not so much now, but again, yeah, we're pretty much at a stalemate here. A little bit more damage on the CUA mid racks, but pretty much in the same situation. Everybody's down to their last tier 3 towers, but all the racks are up for both teams, and the net worth. Look, the kills are almost dead freaking even. Net worth is almost dead even. VNS has a counter to the butterflies. But we have tons of armor reduction on Pvore via Deso and Damage Amp. We have the Aghanims now with the gem on Kronosh. And I gotta ask, where the hell is the gem? Even after that last fight, where the hell is the gem for CUA? They need it in these fights. Even if nothing else for Glimmer Cape. Just the ability to go through Glimmer Cape and, you know, continue on someone who otherwise would have been dead, who then comes back in 4 seconds later. Now Daedalus done. MKB on one side, Scotty Daedalus on the other. Guess we're going to a Satanic next. Saving up for that Reva. Rocket Flare to buy some time, and that's the 3rd Roche for Pvore, I think. Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's all the Roches going to Pvore. And once again, happily baiting. Like the most obvious bait in the world is obvious. Rocket Flare just to soften them up a little more. Well, I'm glad someone's enjoying themselves. Okay, so BKB for the start is done. We've used it a couple times. 8 seconds left. Vlad's for damage. Alex with the cheese and almost 2,000 hit points to his own name. Decent armor. Almost 60%. Not too shabby. He's got enough armor to keep him going with the BKB. Definitely easy to cheese up. Range racks will fall quickly. Melee racks regens. Back to over 1,000, but still getting slapped down quickly. They have just one more chance to, I mean, Chain Frost is back up, everything's back up. Static Kinetic combo on Alex, he's going to tank pretty much all of it. Kronosh is going to take a little damage there. VNS diving in deep, but he doesn't have the tank to sustain against 4 or 5 people, slapping them all down. Boss is unfortunately in the wrong spot here. And they're just going to start picking them off one by one at this point. Melee racks down, buybacks forced. Yet again, VNS coming in. And this is getting a bit greedy. Oh, that was a dieback as well. VNS just, that was 2 down for VNS. And, oh wow, just barely getting out of there. Maybe. 1 Deso shot. Nope, he's going to survive it. Boss turning a whole bunch of damage back around with that Blade Mail, though. Towers might finish it. Nope, that's going to be too much. Down to just a Tusk. Good game call. Pvore are going to take 2-0, and they're going to move up 9-1. They might be holding first place for maybe a couple hours, maybe a day. But yeah, they're pretty much top 2 in their group and holding on strong. CUA going to get knocked down to 6-4, I think. That'll put them probably around 4th place, something like that, once the matches even out. But there's still 4 more matches for both of these guys to play. There's still anywhere from not matches, 4 to 6 games for a lot of these teams to finish. And so we still have a lot more Dota to play in this group and in this division before we see the playoffs. So my name's Kairos. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. If you guys like it, feel free to follow. I'm in practically every time zone at this point. I'm working with other people, like getting this, like, we're possibility of doing like a really small studio, which I might move over on Hitbox for. But yeah, feel free to follow if you like my stuff. It helps us out. Support the new guys. That's it for me today. There's a whole bunch of stuff for the majors tomorrow, and then like basically, I don't know, you'll just check the Join Dota thing and you'll see where my matches will be coming up there. That's about it for now, though. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I love you.